Dear friend, have you ever wondered what it would be like if every challenge in your life wasn't a setback, but a new opportunity for growth? What if, instead of labeling things as good or bad, you simply observe them for what they truly are, temporary moments, always changing? In today's video, we explore a Zen story that offers a powerful lesson about perspective. A farmer's response to life's twists and turns shows us that what we often perceive as good, luck or bad luck, might just be part of a bigger picture, one that we can't always see in the moment. Let's dive into this story and reflect on how we can apply this wisdom to our own lives, here on the Motivation Zone at Freedom. Dear friends, in a peaceful village, there lived a farmer who led a simple, stable life. He worked hard on his land, cared for his animals, and enjoyed the harmony of his daily routine. One of his most valued possessions was his horse, which helped him with the work on the farm. Everything seemed calm and content until one day, the horse ran away. The neighbors, always quick to offer their thoughts, rushed to the farmer, shaking their heads in sympathy. Such misfortune. They said, their faces filled with concern for him. But the farmer, with his calm demeanor, simply replied, "Perhaps." He didn't jump to conclusions or let the neighbors' worries influence his thoughts. To him, life was uncertain, and he knew that only time would reveal the true nature of the situation. The very next day, something surprising happened. The horse, which had run away the day before, returned, but this time, it wasn't alone. It had brought back 3 wild horses with it. The neighbors, seeing this unexpected turn of events, couldn't help but exclaim, "What great luck!" They were certain that this was a blessing for the farmer. But the farmer, ever calm, simply replied, "Perhaps." Then, not long after, a farmer's son, eager to ride one of the wild horses, tried to tame one. Unfortunately, he fell and broke his leg. The neighbors, once again, rushed to offer their sympathy. Such misfortune. They said, their concern palpable. But the farmer, unmoved by the shifting opinions of those around him, answered as he always did, "Perhaps." Soon after, the army came to draft young men for war. When they saw the farmer's son with his broken leg, they decided to pass him over, sparing him from the war. The neighbors, now seeing the injury as a stroke of good luck, called it fortunate. Yet, the farmer, ever wise and composed, replied once more, "Perhaps." Dear friends, the lesson in the farmer's story goes deeper than just remaining calm in the face of uncertainty. It teaches us a profound Buddhist practice reflecting on our mental reactions, key aspect of mindfulness and emotional awareness. The farmer's repeated "perhaps" invites us to refrain from quickly labeling life's events as good or bad. Instead, he encourages us to pause, observe, and reflect, recognizing that our emotional reactions often cloud our judgment. In Buddhism, the belief is that all experiences, whether joyful or painful, are part of the continuous flow of life. Events are not fixed in time as inherently good or bad. They are constantly changing, arising, and passing away with every moment. The true wisdom in life, according to Buddhist teachings, comes not from reacting to these events with attachment or aversion, but from observing them with equanimity. When we react impulsively, whether with excitement at good fortune or frustration in the face of difficulty, we bind ourselves to those fleeting emotions. The farmer's perspective teaches us not to get stuck in these moments, but rather to stay open to the unfolding of life, knowing that nothing remains the same. Through this lens, life's challenges, misfortunes, and blessings can all be seen as opportunities for growth. When the farmer faces what appears to be misfortune, he doesn't make a judgment. He simply lets the experience be. This reflects the Buddhist practice of detachment, where we are not attached to the outcome of any given situation. By practicing this, we are able to maintain inner peace and clarity, whether things go our way or not. The farmer's calmness amidst changing circumstances aligns with the Buddhist practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to stay present with whatever is without getting overwhelmed by it. Whether it's joy or sorrow, success or failure, mindfulness teaches us to simply observe our emotional reactions and thoughts as they come and go. The wisdom in doing this is profound. By not attaching ourselves to the transient nature of these experiences, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Dear friends, when we face challenges in life, like the farmer, we have the choice to reflect and respond with wisdom. Rather than rushing to judgment or letting our emotions dictate our actions, we can practice mindfulness, observing the situation without labeling it. This doesn't mean we won't feel pain, frustration, or joy, but it means we won't allow these feelings to define us or overwhelm us. In each moment, we can choose to remain grounded, observing life's ebb and flow with a peaceful mind, free from attachment. Dear friends, this story offers a valuable opportunity to reflect on how we respond to the emotional ups and downs in our daily lives. Whether we're faced with a moment of conflict, a harsh criticism, or a sudden unexpected challenge, the farmer's perspective teaches us how to navigate these experiences with greater awareness and balance. When we encounter difficulties, it's natural to feel frustration, anger, or sadness. These emotions arise in response to situations that we deem negative. Similarly, when we face moments of success or praise, we can easily become attached to feelings of joy or pride. But just as the farmer didn't attach labels of good or bad to his circumstances, we too can practice the art of reflecting on our emotions instead of letting them control us. When confronted with conflict or criticism, instead of immediately reacting with defensiveness or anger, we can pause, take a step back, and simply observe what's happening inside. By doing this, we can see the situation for what it is, without being swept away by our emotional reactions. The farmer's unwavering calm in the face of change teaches us the practice of detachment and equanimity, which are central to Buddhist mindfulness. Detachment doesn't mean being indifferent or cold. It means not letting our emotions, good or bad, define who we are or control our actions. Equanimity, on the other hand, is the ability to maintain a steady and balanced mind, regardless of the circumstances. Whether life brings us a challenge or a reward, we can remain rooted in the present moment without becoming overly attached to either. This practice helps us to stay grounded, even in the most turbulent situations, and brings a sense of peace that can carry us through any storm. In Buddhism, mindfulness encourages us to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. Just like the farmers, perhaps, mindfulness teaches us to accept what arises without judgment, recognizing that everything is impermanent. Emotions will come and emotions will go, but we don't have to let them dictate our actions. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to become more aware of our mental and emotional states. And in doing so, we create space for wisdom and clarity to arise. Dear friends, the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, whether it's a difficult conversation, a stressful moment, or an unexpected change, remember the farmer's approach. Rather than reacting immediately, take a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect. Ask yourself, what is my response in this moment? By doing this, you'll start to notice that you have more control over your emotions and reactions, and you can respond to life with greater wisdom, calmness, and equanimity.
Dear friends, the wisdom in this story is not just for the farmer or for ancient times, it's incredibly relevant to our daily lives and the challenges we face today. We all encounter setbacks, whether it's a difficult situation at work, struggles in our relationships, or personal obstacles that seem overwhelming. Life often feels like a roller coaster of highs and lows, and it's easy to get caught up in labeling those moments as either good or bad. Imagine facing a setback at work, a project you've worked on for months falls apart, or a promotion you were hoping for doesn't come through. It's natural to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even defeated. But instead of rushing to judge the situation as a failure or a misfortune, take a moment to pause, reflect, and adopt the mindset of the farmer. What if this setback, like the farmer's horse running away, could be the start of something new? Perhaps it's an opportunity for growth, a lesson that will guide you in the future, or even a chance to reevaluate your goals and priorities. Similarly, in relationships, when conflicts arise or misunderstandings happen, it's easy to react impulsively with anger or hurt. We may label the situation as bad or unlucky, but what if we could respond differently? Just like the farmer, we can choose to pause and observe our thoughts and emotions without letting them control us. By doing this, we create space for understanding and empathy, allowing us to approach the situation with a calm and open mind, rather than being swept away by the immediate emotions of the moment. In our personal lives, when we face obstacles, whether it's a health issue, financial troubles, or any other challenge, we often feel overwhelmed. We might immediately think, "This is bad," or "I don't know how I'll get through this." But the practice of detachment and observing without judgment can help us stay grounded. It allows us to accept the situation without being consumed by it. Like the farmer, we can say, "Perhaps," acknowledging that everything is temporary and subject to change. In this space, we find the freedom to act thoughtfully and with greater clarity. Dear friends, adopting this mindset of observation and detachment can transform how we navigate life's challenges. When we stop labeling events as simply good or bad, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil that often follows. Instead, we cultivate peace and resilience. This doesn't mean we won't feel, but it does mean we won't be controlled by our feelings. Just as the farmer remained calm in the face of life's unpredictable turns, we too can practice seeing each moment as an opportunity for growth, wisdom, and understanding. Dear friends, the Buddha's teachings are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. His sermons guide us to live with wisdom, understanding, and balance in every moment. By embracing the practice of mindfulness and equanimity, we can find peace amidst the chaos of life, no matter what challenges we face. The next time something unexpected happens in your life, remember the farmer's simple response. Maybe, instead of rushing to label an event as good or bad, practice detachment and observe what arises in your mind with understanding. This simple act of reflection can help you maintain a balanced mind and allow you to respond to life's changes with greater wisdom. I challenge you, dear friends, to apply the same level of equanimity and reflection to your daily challenges. When difficulties arise, whether at work, in your relationships, or within yourself, take a moment to pause and reflect, just like the farmer. By doing this, you will bring the Buddha's teachings into your life, cultivating inner peace, resilience, and clarity. If this story has inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Motivation Zone at Freedom. Join us as we explore more insights on how to bring peace into your life through mindfulness, self-awareness, and the timeless wisdom of the Buddha. Let's walk this path of inner peace together.